Hi everyone, welcome back on this new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe so you can get a notification whenever I upload a new content. This is a follow-up, on the ChatGPT tutorials, on information that I'm giving out here in the use of ChatGPT. Right, we started off with the very first video that went through how you can install ChatGPT in your computer or any other device. Then how you can make use of some kind of introduction into ChatGPT. This is a follow-up on how you can eventually use ChatGPT for research development and any other field that you may be working on. As opposed to Google, ChatGPT can be used for any other research that all these I would say generic research that you use Google for. So say like you are trying to get, I don't know, any information, like you are launching your research, you want to get let's say you want to know the trend, okay, the trend, the current trend, economic trend, or trend in the health care system, or trend in security, whatever that you are interested in, anything that you can go on Google and ask, right? ChatGPT can also do the exact same thing. Now the only difference here is that ChatGPT is even much more intuitive in such a sense that it gives you exactly actually what you are looking for. You know when you are launching a research on Google, the algorithm gives you back like bunch of like output, and you that you choose from. It gives you like a menu of output that you choose from, which is not exactly the same thing like with ChatGPT, right? So when you are researching for a very keyword or something specific, you only get a feedback based on that specific stuff that you're looking for, which is amazing, right? So I think that's something of different that I see, a little different that I see between one of the difference I should say between ChatGPT and Google, because over here ChatGPT is more specific. Whatever you're looking for, that's the feedback that you get from it, right? As opposed to Google, like you might even get some feedback that you are not actually looking for. So let's jump right into it. So over here we can get information as regard, let's say we want to get, like, let's say we want to get statistics, right? As regard, I don't know, like COVID-19, US economy, or inflation rate, the GDP, um the flight delays, or whatever, any kind of information that we are looking for outside here. We can add ChatGPT. Okay, so let's say I want to get um okay, let's see, I want to get what's the current, okay, what's the current trends, right, in US economy. Okay, what's the current trend? Let's say what's the current trend in the world. Okay, let's ask this first question: what's the current trend in the world? Okay, and let's see what we get back here, like what's happening, like what's up in the world. Like, so let's see what ChatGPT come back with, right? So what's the current trend? This is very vague. This question is very vague. It is not really I did not point out like anything. You will see that the system is taking time to get back to me, because this is very vague. It's not specific. And so yeah, so as a language model, my knowledge is based on the information I was trained on. You see that? So my knowledge cutoff is 2021, and it doesn't have the ability to know what is happening in real time. So however, I can provide you with information on certain topics or trends that have been popular in recent years. Can you be more specific about what you are looking for? This is exactly what I was saying. I have not been specific, right? I say what's the current trend in the world. This is not specific at all. If I was asking like the trend in the healthcare, right, or economy or transportation or whatever, or travels, or and so on, like the system will come back with something more specific. So I don't know 2021 what really happened. Okay, so let's look at COVID-19. COVID-19 was still there, so let's ask about like the trend in a health care system, right? So What's the current trend? Current world trend. Okay, let's say world. Okay, this is a current world trend. Okay, as regard in the medical. Okay, let's say in health. Okay, in health in healthcare system. Okay, cool. In healthcare system. Okay, what's the current trend in the medical in healthcare system? World trend in healthcare system 2021. Okay, so let's see what we get here. In 2021, one of the major trends in healthcare system around the world is ongoing response to COVID-19 pandemic. See, this includes effort to increase vaccination rate as well as continue research, treatment, and therapy for the virus. Additionally, there is growing focus on telemedicine, virus, and vital care, and as pandemic has accelerated the shift toward it. So clearly, you can see in 2021 still knows what is going on, right? Okay, let's say in 2001, I believe that's when the this unfortunate event happens, right, in New York, right, when in September 11, right, we can ask a system about like what is happening in 2001 and see what we get back, right? So I can ask the same thing here, not healthcare, but in United States. Let's see what's the current trend. I will not say world trend. I would say what's the current trend in USA, in United States, right, in 2021. Okay, what's the trend? Okay, in USA in 2001 actually. Okay, let's see what's going on here. If we get something, it's gonna talk about the my training data only goes up to 2021, and I don't have information about the training in 2001. However, I can tell you 2001 United States was facing a number of healthcare challenges, including the lack of access to care for many individuals. Okay, so clearly you can see the conversation is still following up with 2001, right? Because 2001 I was talking about healthcare system, right? So this is the same conversation that is ongoing here. So you need to be very careful, right? So whenever you are asking a request, it depends on the conversation. We have a conversation ongoing here, okay? And ChatGPT is following up with actually the healthcare system that I was requesting for. Because earlier I asked about healthcare system, right, in 2021, and then I come down here to ask about 2001 in USA, right? So the trend here is based on healthcare system, not like general, like a broader trend, right? But if I want to have like trend, like what has happened in 2001 United States, I need to open up a new chart here. So when you open up a new chart and then you make this request, you will have something entirely different. It's not going to talk about um health, that United States was facing a number of healthcare, challenges. Because this conversation is based on healthcare, right? So if you want to have something different, we can ask about that. Still, I can change this instead of just taking something like as vague as this. I can say the US economy, what's the trend in United States 2001 or 2000. I can talk about economy, what's the current economic trend, okay? What's the economic trend? So economic trend in USA in 2001. So this is something like this, something completely different. Now I'm more specific. It's not going to talk about healthcare. So in 2001, United States was experiencing a period of economic growth, but there were also signs of a potential downturn. See, the stock market had been, on a bullish trend, for a while, but it started to show signs of slowing down. It was 4% down and so on. Okay, we dot com, and let's say here I want to be more specific. I would say in September 2001, what has happened. So you can ask about September 2001 and see what has happened. September, right, 2001. So let's see. See, stock market has been bearish trend of why many industry particularly, and this is economy, right? Unemployment. Federal Reserve has been lowering interest rate to try to stimulate economic growth. The event of September 11, 2001, terrorist attack on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon had a significant impact on economy. You see, so you have all these things unfolding right now. Everything is here. Everything has been shaping up here, and then you have all this information here. And this is just based on the economy. I can switch this, into some other countries, whatever you see it fit, right? I can talk about security, right? The security. I think back in 2021 or 2020, if you want to, we were facing North Korea or something like that. So, right. So we can talk about, like security, right? Security threat actually facing the world. So we can talk about what's the major security threat the world is facing right now. So what's the major, okay, the major security threat, right? The world is facing right now. The world is facing like right now, okay? So this is very vague. Let's say the world is facing in 2021. Since this is based on that, let's focus on 2021, something more specific. One of the major security threats facing the world is ongoing threat of terrorism. Terrorism groups such as ISIS, Al-Qaeda continue to carry out attacks in various. See, cybersecurity is another major security concern, increasing reliance and so on. You see, so talk about cybersecurity, talk about terrorism attacks, talk about again additionally proliferation of weapons of mass destruction, right? And their potential use by terrorist organizations and so on. See, so those are the kind of stuff like we are obtaining back in here.